This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do. I wonder what Hilganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
We've reached our destination.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hootle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hootle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hootle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
I won't forgive you! Let's keep our eyes on the prize. I won't forgive you!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
We did it!
Can you take it?
Didn't even break a sweat.
Discourteous, aren't you?
There! One more!
Dragon Swarm! Hollow Dance!
Your wings won't save you from me!
Ignite!
Dragon Shout!
Slot! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I can carve... Oh, now you're talking!
Dragon Swarm! Try
Blow
this!
away!
Cyan Instant
Explosive Ring!
Annihilation!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning!
Dragon Swarm!
Here, let me help.
Dragon Shout! Denied!
Okay,
The enemy wields arms
Hard
too.
effort!
You'll soon see about that.
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Will this help?
This one's all mine!
Healing circle!
Explosive Ring!
Shall not be forgotten.
Eat this!
Primed and ready!
Thanks, Sia.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. Do better.
Where are you going?
Stardust!
A freezing storm!
Dance!
Resonate with the earth!
Ice tornado!
Rip and tear! Devastation!
Awaken and
I'll
wreak
heal you all!
Dragon Swarm! Doubly! In an instant! Impact Block!
Here's a healing arc! Target skill! Burn!
Okay.
Regenerate!
I'm on a roll! Now you see what I can do!
Mega ray!
I owe you one. Here I
Annihilate!
come! You're finished!
Awaken and wreak
Dragon
havoc!
Swarm!
I'm on a roll now!
Mega ray!
Require a head. No further!
Here's a healing arc!
Ready to go!
Not daydream!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Not today!
Tectonic
Dragon Swarm!
Cyan Instant!
Reflect on thy sins. They smite
Try
with
this!
Searing flame!
The finishing blow!
You'll need to beat me to it, kid.
I'll take on that challenge!
benediction light.
Radiant
You're mine!
Dragon Shout!
Radiant
I'm not done!
Eagle Assault!
Dragon Swarm!
Blood. Watch yourself.
Dragon!
I sense incredible power. Spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc.
One more!
Stardust! Go time!
It's trying to take us out. Being interrupted.
That'll bring you down! It's
Armor
weakened!
won't save you!
This ends now! Dragon Swarm!
Corruption!
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Oh, yeah!
Huh?
Hey! What?
Huh? I'm skeptical.
Is that...
What? Hey!
What?
What's going on here?
Oh, come on.
Huh?
What was that all about?
He just thinks something's going on between me and Rinwell. And Rinwell being Rinwell took it the wrong way. Which means now I'm getting an earful from both of them.
That really didn't explain anything.
Yeah.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time, the fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow! Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Always good to be back in familiar territory. I wonder if something happened.
Yeah!
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
We've reached our destination.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
Yikes! Don't make eye contact with it!
This one will be difficult to predict.
Is it hot? Just bash it out again.
Get out of this! Dragon form! Now I'm in the groove! Exploit the enemy's weakness. Too strong. Split it open!
Be my guest.
Annihilation!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Not done yet!
Try it. No. Can't end here.
Don't leave me!
Beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation, not my finest.
Here's a healing arc.
I've used too much.
form!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Explosive ring!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Execution!
Resuscitation!
form! Negative gate! Damn it! No pay for that!
Fire capacity! Where's the display?
Talon hurricane!
Sharpness!
I owe you one.
Not my finest.
It looks like
Stay
you
away
got
from
this
my
one
friend.
covered.
Is this it?
Raging storm!
Leave the
Take care
charges
of-
to me!
Poodle.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Look out! What the hell is that? Hey! You want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry. I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. I really owe you one.
Swallow blade!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
In a bind? Super Swallow Dance!
Burn!
Dragon Storm! Flame of Fury!
Try this!
A thrilling performance.
Primed and ready.
Explosive ring!
Where are you going? Anything with my art can do. Rise and shine!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm grateful.
Wind! Searing Gale!
in pain.
That frickin' does it!
Can't move!
Don't give up! I'll bring you back from
In a bind?
Fatal arrow!
I'm going to need to use
Imbue
all the
this
power of
vanquished
my
soul
healing
with
art to
glory.
accomplish this.
I've let you all down.
Power Spear! Pierce evil!
Chilling
Deity!
Infernal Torrent!
Soaring black!
You're finished!
Bring you back from death.
Swallow Blade!
I can't heal you forever!
Swallow Blade!
Bring it up, Field! I'm all stuffed up!
Infernal
Do it!
Torrent! Doubly! In an instant! Impact Block!
Swallow, what did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
It's on! Eat dirt!
Blow away! I've let you all down. In a bind?
Stay away from my friend!
Watch out! It's changing its attacks! This one's
Try
mine!
harder!
Where are you going?
Swallow Blade!
Regeneration!
Dragon Swarm!
Regenerate! Can't move! I've let you all down.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Hold on to your art! Here I come! What the?
Catapult! Dragon Swarm! Catapult! Slap!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around. Far enough! Falling storm!
Now or never!
Tiger blade!
Confiscated!
Are we in over our heads?
Come on! It's not over till it's over.
You're right. We've made it this
Not
far.
today!
Guardian Shield! I'm ready to
No!
go.
It can't end here!
All right, come on. You have to hold on. I'm ready to go. All right. I let my guard down.
We've reached our destination.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path? I don't see any path.
Do you mean that thing that looks like an animal trail? Path may be a generous term. I'm assuming you know where it leads?
My gut says to a bridge.
Hoodle says your gut's wrong.
Really? Well, it is definitely in the right general direction.
Not that main roads are necessarily danger-free, but he does have an uncanny knack for insisting on some strange and unique routes.
Alphen always did like a challenge. Can't say I appreciate some of the more daredevil ways he's taken us, though.
Like the landslide he insisted was a shortcut before disappearing off the edge, nearly gave me a heart attack.
I'll say, yet the intrepid explorer looked as happy as a pig in muck.
Probably best we stick to doing our own orienteering in the future.
Hey, so what about this route then?
Maybe if we pretend we can't hear him.
Don't you think the path forward is fraught enough without making extra problems for ourselves? Maybe best to reel it back.
Good point. I say we stick to the main track like regular travelers for once.
Guys? I will break down this wall!
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then. This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but... I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Forgive you!
On your knees. Thanks. First strike. Dragon Swarm! Air pressure!
Annihilate!
Dragon Scale! Swallow Blade!
Are those arms even natural?
You made quick work of them.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
Here's the healing arm.
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
see what you've got.
Eat dirt!
Dragon Shell!
Swallow blade! And try this! Infernal turret!
It's a duel of the arts!
Can't get out of this!
Rise and shine! Eat this!
Do it! Fire!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
There it is. That's our target.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my fingers to accomplish this.
Infernal turret! Can't end here!
Now you see what I can do!
This is my fault.
This
Simian
one's mine.
pest. I shall feel you where you stand.
Freaking does it!
Don't mind if I do. Move it!
Stay calm.
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We're still standing. Barely.
That looks like the Zoogle we were told about.
Coming
I'm
through.
going to need to use all
I shall
the
ensure
power
you
of my
survive
fingers
this.
to accomplish this.
Negative gate! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right.
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Dragon
Do it!
Freak!
What if they
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
All right. Anyone have any wounds?
Gotta break through!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Radiant light!
Infernal turret!
Excellent technique.
How are your weapons holding up?
That's not to give me any idea.
tasty.
Masterful cast! Do it!
We did it!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Do it!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my move!
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Discourteous, aren't you?
Art expert, coming through!
Be careful,
Technique.
everyone!
How are your weapons holding up?
That's not to give me any idea.
These fists have got your name on them!
Dragon Swarm!
First strike! Bullseye, Sion! Nice!
Get out of my sight, my
Double
lord!
me! In an instant! Impact block!
To achieve such harmony.
Takes a singular will.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Yeah. No.
You did it!
Really?
Yeah.
What's gotten into him?
He says instead of making a Zoogle sign, we should be making a Hoodle sign.
He's feeling threatened by a rival.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Right!
Leo Temple. Isn't that where Shion was being held?
Shh! Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this!
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe.
Yes.
Excuse me! Hey!
Really now?
What?
I see. Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.